know with HES Insight that you're doing a lot of the data that you created before, and now you have a whole company that's incorporating some of the stuff that you thought of years ago. So that must be like one of these full circle moments for you for when you first started out, incorporating data to, the robust system that you guys have right now. So tell me a little bit about that process.
Yeah, so it's actually funny. I was at NSC in New Orleans last year, and was walking around the trade show floor, because as a consultant, we want to see all the things and take all the things in. And I had an opportunity, and I went and saw this EHS Insight, and I learned about it and talked with one of the head guys that kind of came up with it and figured it all out and built it and everything. And he truly, when I left there, I was like, I want to work for them. Like, this is the future of where EHS needs to go. This is like data management. This is like where this is the transition, the next logical transition for safety to go in this direction. You think you've got the training, which is great. You got to have the training. And then, but what do you do once you have the training, right? How do you manage the data? How do you make sure that the data that you have is accurate and good? And then what do you do with that data? And so that's where kind of, I thought it was really interesting that EHS Insight they actually reached out to me and said, hey, we'd really love to have you come on as, our strategic partnership, manager, and help develop this partnership program for us. And they had the idea of partnering with EHS consultants. So working with consultants all across the country, actually all across the world, to help provide EHS Insight, become EHS Insight certified, and then be able to provide this platform, so that, data management platform and safety solution to their clients. And so it gives consultants the ability to go out there and have this incredibly robust, platform that can manage everything from health encounters, compliance tasks, everything, environmental aspects, and, management, and, it just hazard recognition, everything. So it allows organizations to basically take their data, quantify it, understand where the risks truly are, and then be able to apply that knowledge and figure out how to fix it, whether it's, we need to do training on this, whether it's, is the data that we're putting in there actually correct? And so that's where our new AI tools come into play, which is great, because they actually go through and, you're filling out a form, and it's like, maybe you should add more information, whatever, just he fell. Like, and that's, a lot of times when we see form submissions, it's he fell. Okay, well, why did he fall? What was he doing? What was the job task he was doing? How did he fall? Was it a slip? Did he trip? Because when you say he fell, there's a huge range of options for he fell. And one of our new AI tools actually kind of helps prompt, the individuals who are putting that data in there to make sure that it's robust enough. And then, our system allows consultants to be able to look at that data and pull accurate reports and actually quantify that and be able to go to their clients and say, hey, look, this is what is going on. The biggest one for me was the SIF Precursor, because I look at it, I'm like, it's almost like a magic ball. It's going to like tell you the future. It's so cool, but it's a SIF precursor detection tool. It's there to help spot those potential risks, right? So before they escalate, before somebody gets killed or injured, it's a predictive analysis tool that, it's really there to help spot those potential serious injuries or fatalities, which to me is cool, because it's just predicting what potentially could happen based off of accurate data that's been inputted by all the members of your organization, that then can say, hey, this is a potential issue that you have. You need to fix it. And how can you fix it? And that's where partnering with these consultants, these on-site individuals that, we're looking at working with, comes into play. It's a great opportunity in my mind. It's kind of a very cool full circle moment for me to look at it and say, hey, help kind of start that, the OSHA 10 early stages, how to part it out a little bit. And then just to be able to see, felt like that was the future then, and now I feel like this is truly the future now of where EH&S needs to go and where it is moving in that direction. So I think it's a really cool kind of full circle moment for me for sure.
Oh, that's awesome. And for those of you that may not be familiar, SIF is the acronym SIF for Significant Injury Fatalities. So when you really start looking at those data, that type of data, you really are saving lives, not just, keeping people from ankle sprains. You're at that point, you're really helping them beyond that point. And it tells me like your system, and just I got myself some notes here so I didn't forget. But in listening to what you're saying here, it seems like we're taking lagging indicators, looking for predictors, and then looking for patterns. The patterns then now gets into a leading indicator of safety and health. And then you're using conversational AI to help ask better questions.
Correct. As well as we do a mathematical formulation, which is a little bit different than a lot of other individuals and a lot of other programs that might be out there. So it just kind of takes a different kind of look. And we also use we have a language modifier that is EHS based. So it's working with that jargon that we're all used to, that we understand, and so it's going beyond just what a basic AI would go. It's going much more in depth when it comes to health and safety.
Yeah, so it's you've trained an AI persona, if you would, to understand safety and health questions and decision making and what are hazard controls and everything else. And now someone's don't have to spend the time, truly prompting and creating that conversational AI. You guys did that section. Now you have something, and they could go ahead and start from, here's my problem. Is that
right. Exactly?
Oh man. Nailed it.
And so now we're looking for partners. So if anyone is interested in partnering and joining this initiative with me, I would love to talk with you. So you can actually go on EHS Insight's website, ehsinsight.com, and be able to go to underneath contacts. It's right there underneath company. You'll see where it says partnerships. And so you can click on that, fill out the form, and then expect a call or an email from me.
Yeah, who are you looking for as far as your target market for partners and partnerships?
So we're looking for, great question. We're looking for organizations that, for our EHS consultants, we're looking for those that, have a background in EHS, have some experience, that, are interested in going on site and working with clients, and then, would prefer somebody in, the mid-range or even some, entry-level EHS consultants that are just starting out. Because, you've got to get your foot in the door somewhere, right? And so if you are tenacious and I talk with you and I'm like, yes, you are the kind of person that we definitely want, then, we'll start kind of moving forward. So that's just kind of right now looking at a lot of different opportunities, working with a lot of different organizations as well, beyond just EHS consultants. So we're working with some mutuals and insurance providers, all kinds of different organizations to help kind of build out our partnership model, because it really is, it's going to be, in essence, a collective of organizations and people working together to help, make a positive impact for our world and really make a change when it comes to EH&S.
And now that's great. And knowing that the paradigm is shifting enough in our industry that not only are you guys embracing the use of AI, you found a good way of getting that conversational AI to tackle big problems. And so that's cutting edge.